So we are live with the Thankful For edition of whatever show I'm doing tonight because I do like 5 of them now. But I'm gonna go ahead and tweet this out real quick so people can join. It'll be a good time. Let's see, it's in the comments. Go ahead and put that link. Hey, Mikey Dots, having the Thankful For edition tonight. If anyone wants to join, there's the link. Let me know if that works or not. So we're going to just get on day before Thanksgiving and hang out and have a good time. Hey, Josh, what's cracking, man? I'm going to put a tweet out, and then I'm going to say what I'm thankful for. Play Mr. K-Dub's video, then see if we can get some other people to join. So this year, 2021, I've seen the card market go up, go down, go sideways. I mean, there's times where you can't find product on a shelf, and now there's times where all the flippers are stuck with a ton of product on their shelves. Like, I got a shelf right there. Nothing really on it because I don't really flip much, but you know, sometimes you sell stuff to buy other stuff, and we get mad at each other for a lot of things, and it's all dumb. It's the 5 and 5 rule. Like, if you're gonna care about this in 5 years, great. If you're not gonna care about it in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes of your energy on it. But couldn't be more thankful for the friends that have that come from this. I said all along, I'm here for friendships over cardboard. Connections over cardboard, friendship over faces, whatever. Tried my hand at online streams this year, like Eloy and Jimmy Guns. Not really my thing. Really, really huge props to those guys for doing it. I was terrible. And Stack Sales, the guys who do those day in, day out. Nate at Stack City Cards or D Moose doing it all the time. I don't know. I get tagged in 4 or 5. I'm like, that's a lot of work to do those things. So that's pretty crazy. I see Dylan hopping on. As soon as I'm done saying my thanks, I'll get you on here, Dylan, in just a second. But just the time I get to spend with my daughter. We started doing our Sunday show. You know what? She's not really digging it that much anymore, and that's okay. So we haven't been doing it very often, but sometimes she still wants to. She's more into Pokemon now. I mean, Winker was in one product this year. Now she's totally digging on that Stadium Club Chrome. So maybe that'll get her back into it. But yeah, like Mikey says, when product's not available or it's not popular, I'll still be collecting too. Absolutely, I'll be the same way, and it shows that a lot of the people who came in, the pandemic got back into it, because that's what they did as a kid. They jumped right back out because it's no longer the popular thing. You're not making money hand over fist anymore, and it's almost back to the actual collectors, which that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's less people here. They're also overprinting things like by a ton. I mean, if you didn't see today, Best Buy released every single product pretty much from the last year, like Best Buy is. But everybody, I've done shows with Che almost every Monday. Then I had this awesome show around the hobby, and I got to do some father-son shows with my dad and Dylan and his dad. And just the internet brings people together, and just could not be more thankful for it. I mean, I've got this picture here that hangs in our card room that Josh drew. I mean, you got a buddy who draws a picture of you and your daughter. Those are the kind of things that are important. Or Sue, Patty, and Ruth sent my kids and my wife and I a Thanksgiving card. Just hey, happy Thanksgiving. That kind of stuff. The relationships you build are the main thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop mumbling on. I'll have plenty of time to talk. We're gonna get Dylan on here, D Moose, the man. Go ahead and talk about whatever you want to tonight. Thanks for joining, Dylan.
Thanks, Chris. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Cool. I got a lot to be thankful for, if I'm being honest. Thankful most importantly for the family. my dad. I mean, I have to be thankful for him. I guess I share a house with him and a basement with him. Surprised he hasn't had a plug yet. But I'm thankful for my family, especially the ones I get to see this Thanksgiving, and especially thankful for the card family that I built, especially with like Cardboard Connection. I know Chris, Che, Josh, it's a couple guys that he mentioned, but there's so many awesome people in that. Definitely thankful for my friend Kelly Cards. I know Kelly's watching. Kelly is awesome. Kelly's the dude. Texts me daily. Awesome guy. Thankful for my friends that I met in high school. Being a freshman, not easy. So I'm thankful for those people. Thankful that Oklahoma State football is relevant and we have a chance at the college football playoff. The real OSU, not Ohio State, not to be confused. And thankful for basketball, because basketball is starting up. Got first game next week. And yeah, there you go. That's what Moose is thankful for.
So, but do you think Moose is going to stay in Cincinnati next year?
I do not. I think that he'll either be a DFA'd or traded, because with the ridiculous contract that he was paid, he is really underproducing. And yes, I mean, I'm a huge Moose guy. I can't even defend him at this point. I mean, I don't care how injured you are. You can't like hit 165 and have 4 home runs and get paid $60 million.
I just think either way, it's either got to be him or Suarez, just because there's not enough room for him, because no one thought Jonathan India was going to come up and steal Rookie of the Year and take over second base. You're not benching Joey Votto. So Kyle Farmer at shortstop, the Suarez experiment didn't work. So you got Moose or Suarez at third, and you don't have enough, like you said, to pay both of them. So
I think that they're gonna deal Castillo and either Moose or Suarez together.
That'd be a good move. I've heard a lot about the Minnesota Twins wanting to get in on that. So awesome.
I don't see the Twins being the White Sox is the problem. You're gonna have to pay. You're paying a lot if you think that the Twins are going to beat the White Sox. So
I don't know if anybody's beating the White Sox. But look at the Astros. They built from within. Same with the Pirates, but the Pirates imploded on themselves. But the Astros, I mean, without the cheating year, really came through and built their farm system, and then got the starting pitchers that they needed with Verlander and Greinke and Cole, and went out and won themselves a World Series.
I mean, the White Sox, they're not even paying their people that much, because most of them are still on rookie or arbitration contracts. So White Sox will be good for a long time.
Now, I don't like that one at all. Let's get back to Che. So, Mr. Not the mustache, but Mr. Gray Stash over there. What's up, Che? Man, haven't seen you in a long time.
What's going on, man? I know it. I was just in the car and I got a notification that you were live. So I'm not driving. I'm a passenger. So I just thought I would jump on. I saw my hobby hero Dylan was on here, so I wanted to come on and tell everybody happy Thanksgiving. And I'm just thankful for this community. So just wanted to hop on and say hi.
But I need to ask, because I haven't seen you on Twitter much. Did you get some Stadium Club Chrome? Because I know that's your favorite.
I have not found any. I was talking to my brother about that today, asking him if he found any, and he hasn't yet. So no, I have not seen any in the wild. But I haven't been to Lexington. I haven't been to Jimmy's shop. So might try to get up there this weekend. So
LCS.
If anybody's looking for a last minute Christmas gift for me, good old Hobby Box Stadium Club Chrome.
Yeah, Hobby Box up here is $169. I mean, it was what, $90 on Topps website, and it's $169 at the store now. It's like, who's paying $169 for it? Like, come on, you're doubling the price of Stadium Club Chrome.
I mean, if anyone has boxes still for $90, I'll DM me. All right, come on.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
We got Kimmy joining tonight.
Yeah. You want to say hi?
Hi, all.
So we're having the thankful for episode of whatever show this is. Oh, look who we got there with Che.
Oh. Yeah, she's got laryngitis, so she can't talk. But
Hey, Jay, wait, you want to see your buddies?
I just sound awful. Oh,
Got Che.
how's he feeling? Hey, Jeffrey. Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Yeah. Well, he's awake. That's a start.
That's awesome that you're able to join. Is he doing okay?
This is my like getaway. I've been waiting for something to take my mind off of it. So I'm happy to be here.
That's awesome.
Awesome. So this kind of started last year with, I think, just Che, Garrett, and I just hanging out on a show, just saying what we were thankful for. And a whole bunch of people just wanted to join in. I know Jamie did, Mr. K Dub did. I think Eloy jumped on and Guns, and just we went for like 3 or 4 hours. So I just said, hey, you know what? I've got today off work. A lot of people do. We're going to go with Wednesday, and we haven't been live on YouTube in a while or really anything. So I just figured, tonight's the night. So Kimmy J, what are we thankful for this year?
I've had a tough year, buddy. I've had a really tough year. But I guess I'm thankful that we had a successful surgery yesterday for my son. And yeah, we're on the road to recovery now. So.
You're still in the hospital?
Yeah, we'll be here a few days yet. But we just got upgraded out of ICU about 30 minutes ago. So we moved rooms and floors, and so that's the first step to getting out. So
that's great, Kim. And I think that's something we can all be thankful for, is that he came out of surgery successfully. And, you've been an inspiration to a lot of folks in the hobby this year. So I'm personally thankful I got to interact with you and get to know you a little bit. So we'll be praying for you.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And
I just want to jump in. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that the hobby came to us at a time, like my mom was very sick with cancer, and it was a bad time in our lives. And, the hobby kind of came around just at the right time and gave us a much needed distraction from all of that and helped us get through all of that. So we're thankful for that. And hey, I got to meet Chris. That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I was about to one-up Che and say, hey, you've got this, that, and the other, but I got to meet her at the Steelers-Broncos game. So that was a cool moment.
Yeah,
you get to meet
cool.
meet your friends like that. We talked about it many times with all of you, that it's more, relationships and, like we were just talking about, there's people who care about you that you've never met before, that pray for you, that you have no idea what's going on in their lives or what they're doing, and that want to see good for you and your family, and to see health and prosperity for you and your family that you've never met, you're probably never going to meet, and all because you like to collect little pieces of cardboard with other people on them and talk about it with other people. And it's just such a blessing to be part of the community that this is. So it's great. And we've got somebody making their first appearance of all time here.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, Jackson. Nice to see you.
I'm Jackson.
That's awesome.
Hi, Jackson.
Hey, buddy.
I'm doing good, but this is my football.
Can you tell them thank you for the support?
Thank you for the support.
Well, thank you for
You're
being
welcome,
our friend.
buddy. You're awesome.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are.
Absolutely.
All right, you go
That's
play.
my show.
Yeah, you go play, okay? Hey.
And I got some new toys.
Oh, no way. What kind of toys do you get?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 of them?
Whoa.
That's too many.
Oh. 1, 2,
Okay, go
3,
play.
4,
Why
5.
don't you go play, okay? You got to say hi, okay? Okay?
I got 5.
Yeah, you got 5.
What's your
That's
favorite
awesome.
one?
What's your favorite toy?
Race cars?
Well, go get it. Let me see.
Hey, guys. Well, he's going to get the toys. We got to jump off. We're going to dinner. I just wanted to pop in and say hey. And we'll be watching. So we might hop back on later. But
Well, thanks for
love all
joining
you
me,
guys.
too.
And if you're
Have a good
watching
night.
this, anybody watching, love all of you. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Thanksgiving.
See ya, Che.
See you, Chad.
See you, Dylan. See you, G.
So yeah. If anybody needs to jump off at any time, there's don't need to wait your turn to say goodbye. Just pop off, and we've got keep putting the comments up in the stream to see if anyone else wants to join.
There's one in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So Garrett, you thankful for Mahomes or Kelsey, or you happy for that little guy right over there?
Sports may be popular, but it's not as important as family.
Let's see if we can change this. There we go. Absolutely, man. I know you've got a lot to be thankful for from just the last week. If you don't mind rolling through some of that with us, or if you do,
I don't even know where to start. Like I said, it's been what? Let's see, 30 plus months that he's been with us. Over 3 years in foster care, and just you have a guilt trip side of it that gets you, and you cover up somebody's face that's important in your life, and you feel like you're leaving them out, and your friends that you've never met face to face, but you've met through social media support you. It's over by the vent. Look underneath the vent. Look by the vent on the kitchen floor. Look on the floor. But and then you wake up the day of your big day, and you have this giant sign in your front yard, and you're completely caught off guard, and uh-oh.
Wait.
You got to put it up to the camera. See? You go like this.
Did you like your sign, Jackson?
Yeah.
Hey, come sit down.
Where's
I got a question for you.
Where's
Did
the
you like that sign in your front yard?
Did you like the sign in the front yard?
I saw the
Hey,
sign at the.
Did you like the sign in the front yard?
I got sign at the front yard.
What did it say?
The sign is just say Jackson.
It said, "Welcome home, Jackson."
It says, "Welcome home, Jackson."
Welcome home, Jackson.
You know
Take
what?
off your coat and stay a while.
He was part of that surprise.
You got me a surprise?
He was part of it. What are you
Well,
telling?
I got the we got the sign for you.
Thank you.
You give me some rock?
Here you
Absolutely.
go. You're good.
What are your plans for Thanksgiving?
Race cars?
Race cars and eat.
I think I'm gonna race some cars too. I've got a son about your age, and he loves race cars and trains.
Race cars?
No, you've got one right here.
I want to see race
Well, you go find some more. There's probably more downstairs, aren't there?
No.
Like Lightning McQueen, or
Uh,
more like Dale Earnhardt Jr.
no.
You saw Lightning McQueen, didn't you?
Yeah, but you want to come?
You saw Lightning McQueen in Branson.
Yeah, but I can see something on to my toys.
Okay, you go look.
But Dylan wants to know if you're thankful for Dan Sorensen.
Absolutely not. He does not exist in this household.
I remember having many conversations with you last year over Dirty Dan and Dirty Dan. I'm like, bro, he is not good.
Dude, he would make 9 bad plays out of 10 last year. This year, he makes 11 bad plays and 10 plays. He's awful. There's a reason he's on
what's
the
up,
bench
Parker?
now.
Hello.
Big Duke game coming up Friday. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to the game on Tuesday when they play Ohio State.
You are?
Yeah, I'm thankful for that. My buddy got tickets. We're going to go because, that's where I live in Columbus. So,
So he's
That's
going to
cool.
go up there to the Ohio State Duke game.
yeah.
Ugh.
What are you thankful for, Parker?
What?
What are
What are you
think?
thankful for?
Everything.
And I got my computer.
You
Can I
name one
see
thing
something
specifically.
that's on it?
Leave them sound
What? I cannot hear you.
off.
What's one thing specifically?
On.
My mom and dad.
Absolutely.
Brother.
But what about like with cardboard and little pictures of people on them like this? Anything like this? Maybe like Whit Merrifield or Patrick Mahomes or maybe
Probably.
Nick Castellanos because that's my guy I like.
Yeah.
Or maybe Bobby Witt Jr. because I hear he signed something for you.
Right?
Yeah. Probably
Yeah, those are the
either my
twins.
Mahomes, one of my Mahomes autos or my Witt auto jersey.
I don't want to see.
Okay, if you don't want to be on camera, you need to hop down.
No.
Well, we're gonna leave the camera on, okay?
No.
Okay.
I got this year. I think the best card I got, I sold, and then it was a redemption. The redemption got scratched off, and then I had to send it to Tops, and so then Tops finally got through, and it's a good card. It's the Jared Kelenic auto redemption from Tops Chrome. Actually, I sold it to our buddy Brant, and then I went to scratch the code off, and the whole code scratched off. So I'm like, oh no, got refunded, $200 and some, and then oh, this is the time for my Kansas boy recording. I'm sure, I don't know if Parker knows, but it's taking over the internet, the Island Boys. And then so Dylan was joking around in our chat earlier, and I started talking about the Kansas boys, and they go Cal Tippin. Do you ever go Cal Tippin, Parker?
No,
Are you ever going to go Cal Tippin? Do you know what Cal Tippin is?
no.
Is you just go to a field full of cows and you try to push them over. And it's supposed to be funny because cows can't get back up. It's not really that funny, is it?
I don't know.
Maybe when you're a little bit older and you start making bad decisions.
You've probably never tried it, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, is that your mom saying it's a lot of fun?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're thankful for you because we've had this awesome connection with you guys. We had to miss you in the summertime when you guys got COVID and couldn't come out here, but we'll have to make it happen another time because I know my daughter would like to meet you guys, and now that Cooper's getting older and older, so he's starting to have more fun with collecting and actually liking to open cards and knowing what they are instead of just taking them and opening it and throwing it across the room. So now that he got that Cooper Cup rainbow, I think he actually starts, he's only 2, so he starts liking the stuff.
Tell him we're thankful for John Elway being the Broncos recruiter of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Keep drafting him. Keep drafting him.
So you guys gonna stay a while, or you got to roll, or what?
We'll probably jump off for a little bit, but I'll be on and off throughout the night.
All right, I'm gonna play K-Dub's video here and see if anyone else wants to join. All right.
All right.
Gotta figure out how to do this because that's a lot of fun. I gotta remember how to share my screen. There we go. I haven't done this in so long. I got to figure it out again. Awesome. No idea how to do this. He sends me a video to play, so that's always fun. Dylan's over here saying there we go. Share screen. Which screen am I going to share? This one. Nope, not that one either. I don't know how to do this, Garrett. You're going to have to walk me through. All right, here we go. I got it now.
Got it? Okay.
Is he on there? Can you see him? I got to add him now. There we go. All right, here we go. Add to stream. There it is.
What's going on, Hobby family? It's your boy K-Dub. Sorry that I couldn't be live with my boy Gold Line.
Is it playing?
I had a basketball game tonight that I had to coach, and then I had to be on the road traveling for the holidays. So my apologies. Anyways, I just want to send a big thank you.
I don't think it's playing. Hold on, let me try to figure this out again.
It was playing on and off, but turn the volume up on it as well.
All right, yeah, let's get it back on here then.
What's going on, Hobby family? It's your boy K-Dub. Sorry that I couldn't be live with my boy Gold Line, but I had a basketball game tonight that I had to coach, and then I had to be on the road traveling for the holidays. So my apologies. Anyways, I just want to send a big thank you to this hobby community. I'm so thankful for the embracement that this hobby's given me, and really accepted me for who I am. My own style, my own flair, my own swag. you guys have embraced and accepted, and you've shown me lots of love because of that. So I know in my heart this hobby doesn't need me. I know this hobby is going to go on far beyond me, and even if I wasn't here, it would still be going strong. But I'm so thankful that I get brought in and included and supported and encouraged and shown so much.
That was great because I don't know how to do this with getting the video on. So you got to hear Mr. K Dub. Garrett tells me to play it on my phone and it'll just go through, but nah, that's all right. We got enough right there. So that was a lot of fun. We got Zach coming in with the comments. Just hope everyone has an awesome Thanksgiving. Just walked in from work, gonna spend time with the family. Awesome, because you know what? My family's all in bed because everybody's sick. So that's why I'm gonna spend my evening with you. But if I could go spend the night with my two kids and my wife, I certainly would be doing that as well. Because that's the people that you're really thankful for in your life is your family, and allowing me to do all kinds of nonsense and, taking part with it too. I know my wife loves opening baseball and football cards. If we're opening a blaster or something, we got to go pack for pack. And then if there's an odd number, whoever has the best card gets the last pack, and it's always her. She always pulls better cards than me. In our family, she has pulled way better cards than I ever have, and I probably ever will. So there's that. And, we've talked about the Jesse Winker rainbow that, people came together to get that one-of-one for my daughter. And then all of a sudden, I'm called a scammer and I use my kid to get stuff, which is weird, but, whatever. Hey, I have money and here it is. Like, take it. I don't care.
Look, never happens.
Straight cash, homie.
What doesn't?
No, but yeah, and even Coop Man now, he had that Cooper Cup rainbow that a lot of great people helped get that white sparkle. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, you got 10 messages like, hey man, the white sparkle's out there and it's on eBay. You got to go get it. Found out who had it, and they were just like, here, just have it. And they gave it to my kid, which is amazing. And, like Kim was on talking about, people you don't know who are going to come together and care about you. We talked when you were gone, and Parker was just there about meeting you guys over the summer, and then that didn't happen because of the COVID. Like, that's going to happen someday. Che lives like 4 hours away. That's going to happen someday. We went down to Cincinnati, went to a Reds Tigers game with Kelly. Went down to Orlando and saw my buddy Nick Lucchese and his family. Went to Magic Kingdom with them. And, we didn't make it to the National this year, had some, personal tragedies that happened in our extended family, and just decided, other things are more important than pieces of cardboard. So hopefully we get out there next year. But I mean, if it gets to the point where you're opening a pack of, like a box of cards, and I've talked to Mr. Kyle K-Dub about this too, and you're not enjoying it, that's the time to reevaluate things. I remember last year I paid like $400 for a hobby box of Optic basketball. And when I got done, I was like, what am I doing? Like, what? I could have spent $400, like my car payment. I spent it on this. It wasn't fun. I had anxiety the whole time. It was either you're pulling a Monster Zion or Jaw, you're getting like nothing out of it. Now you can get blasters of Optic. I got one sitting over there that I'm giving away for a prize. It's like, hey, I bought that for $20. I could open it, or I could sell it and have like $60. Or you get like 5 of them because you got lucky on Target. Like, hey, I just made $300 by getting lucky on a website. Or I could open some cards. Like, it gets to the point where you're like, hey, I'm going to take that $300. Well, it's kind of, hey, I just want some money on a quick flip instead of opening stuff. So I think 2021 was more for me about finding what I really like to open. Going to the store and finding Allen and Ginter and Archives and Heritage and stuff that other people like. You just realize like that's just wasted money for me. Like I don't enjoy opening this. Or even like Prism Football last year was the same way. It was just opening a box of cards and you're just sitting there like nervous almost because you're like, oh geez, I could sell this mega for $300, or I could open it and maybe get lucky with a Herbert that's now worth like $20, or what do you do at that point? And it's like, okay, now I'm gonna start buying Don Russ and stuff because I can sell that for nothing. Or if I open it up, I got like a Mask Mahomes card here. Like, hey, you know what? I bet Wes would really like this card. So you're going through like, hey, I got this for Wes, or Parker collects this, Garrett collects this, Vito likes this guy, and you're opening cards. You get a big hit. And my buddy Nick down in Florida, for some reason I always get White Sox cards and he gets Reds. You're opening my, Stadium or my Topps Chrome box and I hit a White Sox auto. I'm like absolutely just going to Nick's stack. How many of us just have a stack for other people sitting at our house and every once in a while you just, hey, I'm going to send it to him. Josh, just another collector. Yeah, I've got a huge stack for him sitting over there. And I just sent him some Bryce Harper cards for his birthday last week because you know what? Like, oh man, it's like 50 cents on this guy's selling wall. Hey, will you send it to this guy? Like, yeah, no problem. But like $3. Here's an example of how great this hobby is. So I bought 2 cards for Ben Engler, and guy sends me PayPal information. So I'm like, okay, here it is. Like 3 days later, it's like, hey, I'm just checking in. Did you still want these cards? I'm like, yeah, I paid. He's like, well, I didn't get the money. I'm like, all right, well, here's a screenshot. He's like, that's not me. I'm like, oh man, I must have typed it in wrong. I'm really sorry. Can you just send it to me, again, and I'll just copy and paste so I get it right? He's like, oh no, don't worry about it. Since you're just giving it away, I'll just send it to him. I mean, yeah, it's only like $3.50, but you know what? I'm absolutely going to go buy from that person again. They made my day. They're going to make Ben's day. And I've never had a conversation with this person before. Like ever. Like I thought I had and who it was. That's why I sent it to the wrong PayPal, because you start typing someone's name in and then like a whole name comes up. Oh yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, I remember it, such and such, and that didn't happen. So it's those kind of things that make everything just worth it. Or our little chat group. I see Vito pop in here and he's sharing his daughter's whole like vacation with us and his thoughts and his feelings and just being a dad, being a husband, being in the hobby. And that's what we all do together, or Brant with his new job out there. And we're all supporting him as he goes through this new process of becoming the store, the deli manager. And he's working 60, 70 hours a week. He pops in and out of our chat when he can. Or, Ben with his brewery, Not Nolan Ryan, Brian living down in Florida with all of his, CSG and different slabs that he's got going on. It's just, our whole like Dylan and his dad joined us on a YouTube show. So thank you for the people I've met.
Is your daughter chasing the Mosaic Winkers?
Yeah.
Good.
We're trying to get those. So
good to know.
All right. Let's add Vito here. There's the man.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody on this Thanksgiving Eve? I used to be waiting on a line at a nightclub at one point in my life.
Oh, wasn't that all of us? Because today's the biggest drinking night of the year. Now it's stay off the streets because I don't want to get in a car accident.
Yeah. How's everybody?
Since my wife works for a pizza franchise, she also says today's the biggest pizza day of the year too.
Yeah, I could believe that as people are just preparing for Thanksgiving.
Today outdoes Super Bowl Sunday.
And Donato's Pizza here in Columbus, Ohio, like of all the franchisees that she works for. Yeah.
Wow. I figured Super Bowl Sunday would top everything.
And the little heart-shaped pizza they make on Valentine's Day too. So I'm with everyone's just
funny. Garrett's talking about Super Bowl Sunday. When I worked for Coca-Cola, we always thought New Year's Eve was going to be the biggest day for like mixers and sodas, and it's Super Bowl Sunday by far.
When I used to work in college, we at the front desk for a hotel, we would refer teams that would come in at night. Hey, we want a pizza, and for every pizza that was delivered to the hotel, we'd get a token. You'd save up 10 tokens, you could get a free pizza. I remember trying to get a pizza on Super Bowl Sunday, and they're like, if your order's not in by 10 a.m., you're not getting a pizza.
So what else is new, Chris? How's the evening been so far?
Mine's just we're just trucking along. Both kids are sick. My wife's starting to come down with something, so I took them out of the house today. She was working from home, and just come home. Claire's got a fever. Wife's starting to get a sinus infection or something. So it's just I'm gonna let them be them, and I'm gonna go do what I do and see if we can make it through tomorrow. But if not, my mom and dad will drop some turkey off because they live about 20 minutes away, and we'll do it another day. But I'm just like, Zach popped in the comments, like he just got home from work. He's going to go spend time with his wife and kids. Like, I had this planned out. So my wife and kids knew what I was doing, but that's what we're all thankful for, that they're allowing us to have this time here together. So.
That's for sure. Yeah. We normally do Thanksgiving, but we're having a little bit of work done in the house. So we had to pass this year. There's the little guy.
Yeah.
Popping on Garrett's screen. There he is.
So what are you thankful for, Vito?
Oh God, so much, man.
Jackson.
Yeah. Tell him bye. We're gonna hop off for a little
Bye.
We're all thankful for Jackson.
bit.
Bye.
Just so much. Just blessed. I have a good career. Have my health. Knock on wood. The hobby obviously keeps me grounded. It really does. I kind of caught a tail end of what you were saying. I actually today I started to write down the releases that I'm going to be looking at in 2022. I have to stop with all these different releases. Just the price points have gotten out of control, and you're not getting, I have this waiting for my daughter to rip this tomorrow because she loves ripping. But if I wouldn't have got that from my wholesaler, I probably wouldn't have bought that at retail. It's just ridiculous. And what are you going to get out of it? One autograph of another Houston Astro pitcher. I've got like 10.
Yeah. And then it's the same too. We were talking with Che earlier. You get the Topps box on Topps website. My LCS got Stadium Club Chrome for $169. Like, no thanks. But prices were ridiculous. If you saw the Bowman first draft came out for $15 a pack isn't bad. But then you have to buy 50 packs and it's $750. Like, that's a lot of money to be tied up. Even if you're just reselling, if you're opening packs, if you're a breaker, if you whatever you're doing with them, like the minimum of 50 packs is a lot.
Yeah.
They bumped up Montgomery Club. It was $600. It was like $645 with tax and everything afterwards. So they're I don't know what's going on with the whole getting taken over Fanatics. They're just printing endless print runs just to make as much money as they can, bumping up costs because they think people will pay for it because everybody paid for it last year. And we talked earlier that I think it's the people who came to the hobby as, the pandemic people when, hey, going to relive my childhood, you're going to make a quick buck on it. Those people are starting to leave now.
Yeah.
There's not enough product out there that they can flip anymore. Because, even Optic now was like $65 for a basketball blaster to flip. Now it's like $40. Are people going to waste their time on $20 at Walmart for 4 hours? Like, probably not. So.
Yeah, my issue too is I have the wholesale license. I have 2 distributor accounts. My one distributor will not let you buy at release date unless you have a brick and mortar, which I respect. If you don't have a brick and mortar, I respect that. And then once it's released, you can buy it if there's any inventory left. So I usually can pick up some stuff that way. But the distributor that I've been with the longest, they actually now no longer have any allocation. So it's based on, it's funny because they say, I asked them, well, how do I build up my allocation? And they're like, well, it's based on volume. And I'm like, I know, but I'm putting in orders for a huge amount of money. Not that they'll ever get filled. And I'm not getting those filled. I think I put in $60,000. I stopped doing it. I had $60,000 in purchase orders put out there, and they filled one order for $1,000. One order.
Yeah. And,
6,000.
You and I have talked about it a lot before because I just completely stopped because I was getting nothing anymore. But you think about the guys like Buck City Breaks, how much are they buying a month? Millions of dollars worth? Or, Ben over at Midwest. Yeah, I know that's your guy. Like, how much is he buying? You say volume, like, to me, like, oh, 60,000 a year. That's a lot. Like, these guys are putting out $60,000 every release almost.
Yeah.
they're saying, hey, we're just going to do a case of this on a random Tuesday night or a case of that on a random Wednesday or whatever. And for me and you, it's like, I need like a case and I'll sell some, I'll get some back. But, they're selling every single thing. I'm sure they rip for themselves because everybody loves doing it, but you don't know that because, they are the business side of this, which everybody respects and wants to go be a part of. Because you know what, I would love to do that for my life too, but they're really good at what they do. And I know that I cannot do what they do. I've tried.
Yeah, Ben in our group was telling me, why don't you just put in a $1 million order? Just do it. See what happens. And I'm like, yeah. And then when Amex needs to be rung up and I have to figure out how to get rid of that product, no thanks.
Or that the whole thing gets filled and you're like, oh, I got to come up with $1 million right now. Great.
Yeah. It was just, like even if I put in for 10 cases, if I got one case, I'd be happy. And I'm not even getting that. Sometimes I'm getting one box.
And at the same time, it was the people who are getting the boxes for $200 and some each and then selling them for $1,200. You're making $1,000 a box. Say there's 12 boxes in a case. You're making $12,000 in a case. You get 10 cases. It's $120,000 you just made.
The LCS by me, I befriended the guy before I went to Florida last year. And then when I came back, I started visiting him a little bit. And then he ran into some trouble. He was not able to get inventory. And he said to me, he's like, based on he goes, I'd be a millionaire right now if I was able to just get filled I would have $1 million in revenue because I could easily flip the boxes. Even if I don't ring them up at the highest retail price, I'm doubling it in some cases, right? So like right now I could probably get a box of this wholesale for $145, but what's it selling for? $179. When I make $30, I got to lay out hundreds of dollars to make 30. It's not worth it. Well, thousands of dollars. Yeah. But if I could get this when it released at 89, then it's worth flipping them at 179.
Yeah, I mean, I know Card Collector 2, Ryan, he's here in Columbus, and he's the business guy too with the allocations and everything. It's all depending on what you got, when you can get it, how much you can get. I know he buys like retail from people like me and you. He doesn't go sit at Walmart, but still he's going to buy it to resell it because that's his business and that's what he does. But you've seen Old Town Cards, JB said that he pretty much paid for his wedding and his honeymoon through flipping cards in 2020, just from ripping boxes, not even just like taking a product and reselling it, ripping boxes, submitting them to PSA when it was still like $8, and then selling those cards when they came back, rinse and repeat. Made like $40,000 in a year. I follow JB, and I mean, there's a couple things though. He hit it at the right time, no doubt. Right, he was hitting some cards right before everyone was starting to when it really peaked in the pandemic. He got PSA at the right time. He also wasn't married, didn't have a house, didn't have a kid yet. So everything kind of hit the
at the right time.
Stars aligned for him, right?
Yeah. Well, now listen, he's still doing great sales. You ever watch? He gets those cards in and he blows them right out. So, and he's the turnaround time now with PSA. It's not, well, you can't even submit now to PSA, right?
You can only do the $150 level. They said they're going to come out with regular within the next 2 weeks. But that was coming up on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean the lowest now is $20 a card I see out there, right? Maybe you could find something cheaper, but it's not with a reputable grading card.
Yeah. I've got about 112 cards, I think, left sitting at PSA around, I think they were $12 to $15 each. Garrett's got some that he submitted through me, my buddy Chris Vargo, Wood Pig, and Tyler Liddy. But this was all before they closed and they, prices went up. And I was even like at the point where they went from $8 to $15. I'm like, whoa, $15 a card. That's kind of a lot. Looking back on, like, I should have submitted every single thing I have because I've got a stack about 400 deep sitting here that I'd like to submit. But, the cheapest they may go is like $20 in 2 years. But then how many Gavin Luxes are just sitting there? How many Lewis Roberts are just sitting there? How many Zions
all my Lou Bobs are
just still sitting there? And it's, these are guys that I'd like to collect. Like, I'd like to have a rookie card of like all of them, even 30 years from now, whether they're good, they're great, they're terrible, they're worth a ton, they're not. Hey, I still got that Gavin Lux refractor. I still got that Lou Bob refractor. I got that Elo Jimenez chrome. I've got that. Well, I don't have Mike Trout, but you kind of get what I'm getting at here is, hey, I saved one Zion, one Jaw, like one of every guy. So, if I ever hand it down to my kids, it's like, hey, we've got the Mickey Mantle right here. I've got my dad's Roberto Clemente. Like, I kind of wish I had that kind of stuff, but maybe my kids will one day. So
I had said that I wish the grading companies would not accept any cards unless they're three or more years old, right? That would really let the raw market kind of kick in. And then you're now sitting on, say, all those Kyle Lewis that thankfully I didn't send in. You know what I mean? Like, I think it would help the hobby too, right? You'd still have plenty of cards. There would still be more than enough cards for them to grade. And maybe the only thing they would be able to grade that was brand new would be like an autograph or something. They would have to have some parameters, right? Like a 2021 card can't be sent in until 2024. It would really change the way people bought raw. And I think it would also change. And they would, like I said, they'd still have plenty of volume coming in. There would not be, because now everyone holding on to those cards that they didn't grade, and they look back in their box and they find all these first Bowman and these guys that now are worth money. Those will start being submitted. So I don't know. There's really no answer. It's just it's crazy. You see people grading like base inserts, right? Like just ridiculous cards that they're sending in, like Turkey Red. Why are they getting those graded?
It reminds me of Justin Stone. He goes by Rookie Card Papa, and he said when he just got back into the hobby, he's a Columbus guy too over here. He's coming back with all like, I'm the reason why PSA is backed up. I'm the reason, because he's submitting all this random stuff, like not even rookie cards. Here's a third year Trae Young base card. Let's submit that to PSA and pay $8 and sell it for $12. Like. Yeah, this is one where you throw it in when you're selling to somebody to use as like protection on the side because it's a good card stock there, or something like that, and people are submitting them. But also you got to think too when you're talking about 3 years ago, authenticating autographs. I think is a great idea, but also waiting that 3 years. I've got cards from 1980s, that I collected when I was a kid, not quite the 70s yet, because I was born in 82, but I still find those binders like at my parents' house and I go through them and they're just in absolute terrible condition. But had I, say, hey, this is a good card, I got this, I'm going to stick it in a penny sleeve and then a card saver, stick it over here for 3 years, come back through it. How much fun is that for me to go through this box of cards that I forgot was even sitting here? You'd mentioned Ben earlier, Ben Engler. Him and I have tried to buy some huge, card lots, like, tens of thousands of dollars of cards, and then try to, take them in and sell them for profit. And one of them I went to was one of my friends here's husband. And he's sending me pictures like Mickey Mantle and, Roberto Clemente, Hank Aaron, all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, this could be like $50,000. Like Ben and I were trying to get like every last penny we could scrape together, go over there and they're all reprints. It was like grandpa's, stash of cards that I'm like, okay, it's actually like this dude's grandpa who passed away and he's trying to sell them. Like this could be real stuff. Get over there and, they're all reprints. And it's like, the stuff's like, I'll give you like $500. Like we literally went from like 50,000 to 500 like that.
Like this Mantle reprint that I have to find in a box yesterday.
But, I spent like 3 hours over there just going through this stuff and just had an absolute blast doing that.
Yeah.
But also reminds me too that, these newer ultra modern cards just have such poor quality, like the Prism and the Panini products this year, like every single card's off center. And it makes you start wondering, I know like a bunch of Ja Morant cards were off center and they got 10s. Like, are they grading on just the absolute scale? Are you grading each Ja Morant to each Ja Morant? Because they're obviously off center. And still getting 10s. Like everybody says, oh, it's subjective. You should never grade cards. And then we get into the problem where the guy's grading the Michael Jordans, cracking the slabs, putting them in different slabs, and resubmitting the Michael Jordans to get a new slab to put a fake in, putting the fake in a real slab and resubmitting the card. And you're talking there potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're talking maybe PSA 6, he's selling for 5,000 to 7,000. You got like 10 of them. There's 50 grand right there.
Yeah.
So there's just so many problems that need to be fixed and authenticated.
I sold my Jordan rookie. It was a PSA 8 about 5 years ago, but it was at the top of the market 5 years ago that I sold it at that time. So I sold it for the top of the market at that time. And the guy came back to me and he's like, the whole back of the card was bleeding. And I said, it's funny. I didn't post that back picture on eBay. I just posted the front picture. I was kind of new to selling cards on eBay. I never posted the back picture. And he's like, I don't want this card. And I'm like, oh, I mean, if you want to send it back, you send it back. He's like, no, but I want it, but I don't want it, like, because it's a PSA 8. I want it, but the back was bleeding. Like all the stats were like they were bleeding, and it was like water dropped on it. And he's like, didn't you see this? And I'm like, he was really cool about it. And I ended up like refunding him some money because he didn't want to send the card back because it was already sealed and graded. But that's how they graded it, right? It was not something that happened after it was graded, and it still was an 8. And that card, I don't know what that card's worth now. What is it? Got to be tens of thousands of dollars, right?
Yeah, I'd say an 8 would be 30, 32.
Yeah. I didn't sell for 32,000. That's for sure.
No, but also, the cards hit their absolute peak of pricing in 2020, 2021 as well. And I think now we're seeing the downtick. It's almost like, okay, you're playing the stock market. Well, you're playing the card market because are you going to buy, Eloy Jimenez right now or Juan Soto cards right now? Like my Cody Bellinger collection is probably worth a fourth of what I paid for it, but that's all right. Because you know what? I still like those cards. I still enjoy those cards. I show those cards off to my friends. Well, not really, no, I show them off to you guys, friends, because my buddies don't really care at all. But then, hey, you know what? I got this high fives and it's awesome. I'm going to show it to Vito because I'm super excited. Like, oh, I knew you've been looking for that card, man. It's so great. You finally got it. And you're genuinely happy for one another.
Right.
That's great. Or, if you got your hobby boxes, you always post your hits in our chat group. And that's awesome. Like everybody's like, oh, sweet. You got another Astros pitcher. Good for you.
5 of them.
I'm just kidding around, but I like that.
It's so funny. I literally opened a box of Topps Chrome and I had 4 of the 5. What is it? 5 autos in there. 4 of the 5 were Astro pitchers.
I've gotten to the point where my luck's so bad. I'm getting patches, not even game used patches, not even an auto, because auto's not guaranteed. So.
No, I didn't hit auto in any of the hobby, but obviously there's 1 guaranteed in here.
Mm-hmm.
It says 1 auto and 2 relics. So the relics won't be anyone special.
And the one time I got I got the Kalenic, the redemption, and the code rubbed off on the back. And I sent it to Topps. Luckily, they accepted it because I was just like sweating it. Like, 'cause I sold it to Brant. And I'm like, dude, I'm really sorry. I got to refund you. Like, I tried to get you the code. I scratched it, and it just rubbed completely off. I'm like, I'm out $250. I sent it to Topps, and then I checked, the little redemption section on their website, and it says pending, and it says who it is and everything. So I was like, all right, great. But, at the time, that was $250. I have no idea what it is now. I assume, if I ever get it back before March or April and he's on the opening day lineup, the thing skyrockets back up. But that's one where
Topps have been pretty good with the redemptions. Panini's terrible. Topps has been good.
I remember Josh, just another collector. He got me a Nick Senzel redemption and just like sent the whole card, just, it was a rack one day. And I just typed it in, on the website, didn't check it. Like 3 days later, it was in my mailbox. It was like out of 50. So they had to have it like already done and in shop there. Cause
they know who they have to get. And when they get it, they wait for the redemption cards to come in. Yeah. I just did a deal with Josh, and it was killing me because he really wanted the card, and I threw in a nice little extra for him. And then we looked at the tracking, and it never moved at all. And then all of a sudden, finally, after 6 days, it showed up out for delivery. I felt so bad, right? Like especially when you do a deal with like people that you talk to every day.
But I think he knows, though, out where he lives, his mail is the absolute worst. It'll take me, a day and a half. I send you something. It'll take like 3 weeks to get to him. I remember last year, I think he sent my kids Christmas presents on like Thanksgiving, and it came like 2 weeks later. And he was so mad because he paid like the $40 for like overnight shipping, but he lives out in nowhere, Oregon. So yeah, it takes so long. But because he'll send me, pictures like, oh, I got, because he's got 700 Harpers now. He's like, oh, I got this one coming in the mail today, and he'll show me like his USPS tracker. It's like 7 different packages coming, and the next day all 7 are still in, I don't know, whatever cities out there by him.
Yeah, he got a nice gold, the silver chrome insert packs. It was a gold to 50 Harper. We took that, and then I threw in the Ben Bowler from last year. That I just thought it was a beautiful card. So he got the Ben Bowler.
Nice. I got
anyway, I am gonna bounce because my daughter's here.
Awesome. You have a great night with her, and happy Thanksgiving to you.
I appreciate the time, Chris. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Absolutely. Can't wait to talk to you again.
Hope the family's doing well.
Yeah. Have a good night, Vito.
Thanks, bud.
All right. So we are an hour in. I think we got everybody who wants to jump on. So I'm just going to randomly talk some nonsense here for a couple minutes and put the stream out, posted a couple of times. If anybody else wants to join, great. If not, an hour is a great amount of time. So, Chris, the avid Twitter supporter, Dempsey is thankful for Bo Bichette. How many Bo Bichette cards are probably sitting at PSA now, too? It seems like pretty much every card from Series 2 last year up till now is probably still sitting there at PSA. But, talking about the different relationships you make, and how about just the people who bring them together? I know a lot of people are like, oh, Chris, you're really great at this. And Eric Hecker's like, oh, you want to bring everybody together. But what about people like Rip and Gypsy, or people like Buck City Breaks, who literally bring people together, brought people in, moved here to work for them. And now we got Meet the Mets, my guy, joining us, and Ross is in the chat now too. So we're just here hanging out, doing our thankful show that we try to do every year around Thanksgiving. Just sit here and chat. I don't know how long you've been watching, but we're just saying what we're thankful for, having some conversations about this, that, the other, and just hanging out.
Yeah, man. No, I just tuned in like a few minutes ago, but yeah, man. No, I'm just I had some questions for you. Like, how long have you been collecting? Like, I've been collecting when I was a kid, but then I got out of it like around high school, and I just got back in I guess COVID, like when COVID started.
Yeah, so collecting as a kid was, a lot of people were like, I collected with my dad and stuff. It really wasn't that way. Like my brothers and I did. And we look back and, we've got the Jordan rookie, the Marino, the Montana, the Elway, and all this stuff. And then jumped out just kind of like everybody else. Like I never went through the Pokemon phase. Like I'm 39. So I got into it now because I've got, small kids who like it. But then it's probably about 10 years ago, we still have the same LCS in my town that we went to when I was a little kid. And it just happened to move like 3 minutes from my house. So I just remember vividly, like when I met my wife, just going over there and buying like a box of cards and coming home and just really enjoying it. And again, I'm like, oh, this is great. And she really liked it too. And I mean, I've got hobby boxes downstairs from like 2011, 2010, 2011 stuff. So probably 10, 11 years ago, kind of like everybody else, you get back in for whatever reason. I think the pandemic brought a lot of people in, but for me, it was way before that. But it wasn't really till I found Hobby Twitter that it became, much more than just opening a box of cards. Like I didn't, like Vito was saying, like I didn't know how to sell on eBay or how to sell cards. Like I have just hobby boxes of stuff just sitting that I had, cards of, or maybe I'd go up to the LCS and sell something here or there. But, all the Mahomes that I had just sitting around, went to my buddy Wes when we traded for some Drew Locks. So, I'm a Broncos fan, so he got all my Mahomes, I got all his Drew Locks, but it's like, I don't know what to do here. So there's people like Eloy and K-Dub and, Buck City Breaks that kind of teach you some of the ropes of what to do beyond collecting, how to form friendships, how to form, just selling stuff, just being better at what you do, really. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Double T. He's actually the one that got me back into it. Double T Sports showed me, I guess it was Hidden Gem that had a break, and he told me about it, and I got in one of his breaks, and I just started subscribing to all the guys in the card community, and it kind of lit a fire into me to start, getting back into the card game. So
yeah, my first was actually K-Dub, and I had, my personal Twitter account and everything, and he introduced me to Eloy, who I started watching his auctions and his breaks. And Buck City Breaks, I live in Columbus, Ohio. They're right down the street. So started following them. And this was when, the Broncos and the Giants were high money breaks because, Drew Lock and Daniel Jones were the guys, before people didn't really like Kyler Murray. So like, hey, or back when Juan Soto was in the Washington Nationals, you just pick up some breaks on eBay and it was like, this isn't really my thing. These guys kind of suck. But then you get to the really good guys. I like Eloy or Midwest Box Breaks and Buck City Breaks, and they just bring you back in, and it's more the community they build than the actual just cards. So.
Yeah, Eloy's a good guy. I do his show every Friday.
Yeah, I work Friday evenings now, so I try to jump on, but I'm an East Coast and he's West Coast. So usually he just lullabies me to sleep at night, and I buy stuff that I don't even remember. And then he hits me up like, hey, man, you owe me $612. I'm like, I do what now? Like, I don't even remember what I got. And then it's a nice mail day when, he's like, oh, he does the, the random autographs and stuff. Knows I like college uniform guys. Not a lot of people do. So if he comes across like a Notre Dame football guy that no one's ever heard of or something, he just throws it in there just like anybody else would, like I got this card right here out of 25. If I send something to an Indians fan, like this is just going in their stack because they would like to have that more than like the $7 I'm going to make off it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
100%. Yeah. I'm not into like collecting everybody, like the big players. I'm just more of a Mets guy, man. Like I PC Pete Alonso and like most of the Mets guys. So, like, I'm not in it for, like, the flip of, like, collecting all the rookie cards. Like, if I buy retail or a hobby box and I get the guys, that's great. But I'm not, like, trying to just, buy all the rookies young, I'm just addicted to opening packs pretty much.
And you know what? And that's a good word to use, addiction, because it absolutely is. It's just like going to the casino because it is gambling. Like, breaks are nothing more than gambling. Like, you're going to get a great card. Okay, I want to buy the Reds or the Broncos because I like collecting the Reds and Broncos. But also, if someone's out there where, okay, the White Sox are a really great team to get, or I could potentially get, Juan Soto autograph because he's really high up and I can resell that, then go buy myself some Cody Bellinger because I PC Cody Bellinger.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but it's definitely just gambling. Like, am I going to take the Reds or am I going to take the chance on getting a Bryce Harper who just got MVP autograph? It's like, well, I'm going to take the Reds right now because you got Stevenson and Jonathan India, but now my teams are getting a little expensive.
How is India's stock going? Because I got a few of his rookie cards, but there's not a lot of buzz around it. Like, you hear more about like the Lewis Roberts or the Joe Adells, and this guy comes out of nowhere and puts up a banger season.
Yeah. And, he's under the radar, but his cards are the top they've been right now. I mean, he's the rookie of the year, but he also plays in Cincinnati, and they won't spend money. So they're not going to the playoffs. They're not going to win anything. And so, you got Lewis Robert in Chicago. Look how awesome the White Sox are. Now they got a powerhouse team. Same with Eloy Jimenez or Jordan Alvarez. Hey, the Astros won the World Series the year before, and now he's on a perennial winner. Cincinnati's not winning anything. Look at Brian Hayes. Like, no one's ever even heard of him because he's a Pittsburgh Pirate.
And
then
his
you got
price plummeted too.
Yeah, and then you got Pete Alonso, your boy. I mean, he's on the Mets, but also it's a huge market. He won the home run derby. They call him the polar bear. Like, he's very marketable. Jonathan India kind of looks like Captain Hook or, the guy from Southern
Jack
Comfort.
Sparrow.
Yeah, Jack Sparrow or something. And he's super cool. He's from Florida. Like, he's going to be the new face of the Reds, over Joey Votto. But again, it's like he's playing for the Reds.
It's a shame, too, because you had a good team last year. Like,
yeah, and then the pitching
year, and then you can't sign your guys. Like, I hope the Mets get Castellanos because he had a good year with you guys. We got old now, so I want him big time.
Yeah, we've gone to opening day every year since I can remember, except one because my son was due that day, and my wife's like, "No way, you're driving to Cincinnati. You can watch it on TV." And he was born like 3 days later, but that's the only one I've missed in like 20 years, except they canceled the one for COVID. So. My daughter's favorite player is Jesse Winker. She's got a chrome rainbow of him, and he's such a cool dude. Like, I sent him the picture of her with it on her birthday on Instagram to him. He sent her a private message saying happy birthday and stuff. And every once in a while I'll send him a picture of her with a card just on IG, and he'll actually respond back to her. Like, it's the coolest thing when
I like him.
Kids are involved.
When we played you guys in Citi Field, they actually, when I was watching on TV, they panned to him, and he's interacting with the kids in the outfield, playing catch with them. Like, he's just a ball player all around, man. I like him.
Yeah, he seems like a real good human being too, and that's why I like Cody Bellinger. It was like, all right, well, I can PC right at the peak of things. It was like, I'm gonna go with Bellinger, Soto, Harper, see who we're gonna go, maybe Acuna, and then I chose Bellinger, and it's like, okay, his stock just plummeted. It's like, okay, I got a high fives PSA 10 for like 210. And it's like I just bought a high fives, which is his rookie short print card, CSG 9 for $45. I go to a card show and the raw is $65. Like, come on, man, it's like a $30 card, dude. It's like, oh, I'll take $60. I'm like, no, I'll just go on the internet and buy a graded one for less.
You gotta believe he's gonna turn around though.
And he's got plenty of time. He's young. Yeah. He's got an MVP. He's got a World Series title. He's got a Rookie of the Year. He had one bad year and it goes down. Just gives me more opportunity to buy
in 100%.
Yeah, like you said, it's not even like it's gonna be like a stock profit. Like I don't, if at the end of the day it doesn't go up in price, I still have a cool card that I like collecting in my collection, and I can be like, oh look, check out my cool Cody Bellinger. And my friends will be like, dude, it's like a guy on a card. What are you doing? Like, it's really cool. Like,
yeah.
I like.
Well, look at Harper. He had a down year not too like before he went to the Phillies. He batted like 220, 230, and like 29 home runs. He didn't really do much. Now he's freaking MVP.
Yeah, absolutely. And our buddy Josh, if you don't know, JR Noble, he goes by Just Another Collector. He's got over 100 Harper PSA 10s. Like that's his main PC. I know he's on like the trading card database. He's the #1 Harper like volume collector in the world.
Well, now's the time to kind of cash in a little bit, right?
Yeah, he doesn't care about money, man. He just wants to cash in on those Harpers. Just buy more Harpers. And it's like anytime I find like a stack sale with some, it's hey, do you have this? You have this? Yeah. It's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna buy it for 50 cents and have the guy send it to you. Like I spent $5 and you got dupes, like whatever. You got maybe one you don't have yet. Because
I still don't really even fully understand the whole grading system. Like I've been back into the hobby for like 2 years now, and I have a few graded cards, but like I don't know how to really go. I guess you go online and do it, but I'm going to the National when it's in AC because I'm a New York guy, so it's not a far drive. You can bring your stuff there, right? They have the PSA setups at the National. You can drop off cards too.
Yeah, I think last year it was like a 4-hour wait that turned into like 2 or 3 days. But right now, PSA is closed. It's been closed since May, unless you want to pay $150 a card. Like I was telling Vito, I've got, I think, 112 cards sitting there right now at $12 to $15 per card. And right now, they've been sitting there since I got one from April, 2 from April, and 1 from May submissions. And they shut down, I think it was May 8th. But now they have the regular and express open. It's $150 a card to grade it. But then obviously, like you're going to grade $150 probably to, profit on that at the $8 to $12 range. Hey, I got this really cool Cody Bellinger. I want to encapsulate it to keep it, prevent it from damage. So I'm going to do that. Go put it on my shelf. It's going to look cool. I'm not doing that at $150. No. Vito and I were talking about why are you grading a 3rd year Trae Young base card? Well, I want to have, my daughter's got that Jesse Winker Chrome Rainbow. If it was $8, I'd probably get every one of them graded just to have them encapsulated and protected and be like, hey, we've got a graded rainbow. It's like, who in the world has that? That's super cool. Yeah. 30 cards are like $10. It cost me $300 to do. Or right now I can send in 2 cards for, $300.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So and then there's the different companies. You got Beckett, CSG, SGC, and PSA's the main heavy hitter. And they said they're going to open up the regular within 2 weeks, but that was about 2 weeks ago. And I assume it's going to come back at $50 till they get the economy back in about 2 years at about $20. But we'll see what the return is because, I've got like 400 cards just sitting right here.
Yeah.
How many do you have, or how many does, Chris have or Double T have?
Yeah,
just sitting there. And they're saying they're pumping out 40,000 cards a day right now. And they haven't taken on any since May. Like how many people are just sitting on thousands of cards to just back them up again,
I've got like 3 or 4 DeGrom rookies I want to get graded just to save them. I don't know if they're 10s, but, they're probably close.
There's a little tool I use. You can buy on eBay for like $7. It does like centering, and you put it right over top of your card, and you can see like the edges and stuff and see, if it's centered, what you're going to get a 9 or a 10 or the edges and stuff like that. I'll send you a link to it if you want. It's like $7, I think.
Yeah.
And I've used that, and I've got like a really good 10 rate, probably over 80%, and then 9s. Only time I've gotten lower is when I've gotten cards graded that I knew were going to be lower. Like I submitted a 1983 Elway rookie. I'm like, it's like a 5 tops, and it came back a 7. So cards
Nice.
aren't going to 10, but you submit them anyways. You're like, I just want it protected, basically.
100%.
So, yeah. But then you got.
I got all your stuff here. I got on one of my binders. I got your
Nice.
goal line sticker and your koozie in my kitchen. I'm a big fan of your channel. I love I love your attitude. I love all the videos you do with your kids. I think it's great. So
Thanks, man.
I wanted to come up here and show you some respect.
I appreciate it. I got to get some more koozies made because I had the last one was like my Air edition. I didn't put my name on it or anything. Then it's like, okay, prices went up. Now it's like $300 for stuff I'm giving away. Like that's still kind of a lot of money, but
it punches you in the pockets a little bit.
But it's really cool though. Like Garrett, he'll take it on vacation with him. It'll send me pictures from the top of what was it, the Arch in St. Louis, or Josh takes it to the beach with him, or Tyler Liddy took it on his honeymoon. He's like, down in Florida at Disneyland with a Gold Line cards koozie, sending me pictures. Like, I don't know. I think that kind of stuff.
No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, big time.
Awesome.
I got this LT card I want to get graded, autograph, flawless, number out of 5. And if someone told me like, don't send it in unless you know it's gonna be like a high number. Otherwise, you just want to cut it out of the casing and sell it raw because it'll be worth more doing it that way. And if it's a low grade,
Yeah, I kind of tend to think that 9s and 10s will get higher than a raw. 8 is about the same as a raw, but you said it was National Treasures?
Yeah, it's a flawless.
Flawless, because they're the thicker ones. The thicker ones are a little harder to get better grades on it. Because that's the card too. Lawrence, you mean LT Lawrence Taylor, not LaDainian Tomlinson?
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor, yeah.
You need to find the right buyer for that too. You can look on eBay and you get millions of views. You go on social media and you get thousands of views.
This thing right here.
There's been people who've sold cards like to the player too.
Yeah.
That is super dope. That looks sweet in the one touch.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's like the prize of my my Giants PC.
Nice.
Pretty awesome card.
Yeah, I've got it's not sitting here, but I graduated my master's degree. My wife got me a John Elway auto out of 10 with the game used jersey in it, and the jersey's like dirty. And it says, hey, this jersey was used on November 10th, 1988 in XYZ game. And I think it was versus the Vikings. I can't remember exactly, but it's just like, or some of my buddies got together and got me a 1-of-1 Drew Lock, Jerry Jeudy patch auto. And it's like, that's never leaving my collection because it's worth more to me than the money. Because, my buddy saw it. I'm like, hey, I'm about to sell off, XYZ and go buy this card. And so then I was about to, and little did I know, they're all behind the scenes pulling money together, 30 people, whatever, $10 each buying this $300 card. It's like you people care about you that much to do this. Like that's in your forever PC. You don't get rid of something like that.
There's no way I'd probably ever sell that LT because it was actually gifted to me by one of my subscribers, like one of my good friends on here. He knew I'm an LT guy and he just gave it to me. I'm like, dude, you're out of your mind. Like, let me give you something for it. And he's just such a great guy. Yeah. It's pretty cool. You meet a lot of great people on here, man. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I just absolutely am blown away by, the amount of generosity people have. Like we were going after the Jesse Winker 1-of-1 chrome for my daughter's rainbow. And there's people just like, hey man, I got $30 on this. I got $20 on it. Dude was on it like $1,500. I got it down like $300 or something like that. I think I paid $80 and like, random strangers pay the rest. Like it's for your kid. Like people I don't even interact with. It's one thing when it's like your buddies all want to step up to do something for your kid. It's like, I got money, dude. Like, it's cool. Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks. But it's also like, okay, well, my wife tells me it's these people who want to do something for you. Let them do it,
That's pretty awesome, man.
So same thing with the Cooper Cup. We needed the white sparkle optic to finish off his rainbow, and Dallas Card Investors, Jason Dardick had it, and he put it up for sale, but he didn't realize that we needed it. I got like 5 messages in the middle of the night like, yo, it's on sale. It's on sale. And I reached out to him. He's like, it's on eBay. Just bid like $500, win the auction, pay, I'll refund you and just send it to you. And that's what he did. He just basically just gave it to me. Like it ended at like $85. I paid it. He refunded me $85 on my PayPal and just sent it because, that's just the kind of awesome people that people are.
Yeah, man, that's really cool. Good deal.
Yeah. Breaks and Bros Johnny just popped in. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you all you guys for being the best friends I've never met. Absolutely. Jamie's here. Jamie's about to go on Space Mountain because he's in Disneyland right now. He took his family out to LA for Thanksgiving.
Awesome, man.
So do you know these people on the stream or?
I'm familiar with a couple of the guys. I see. I'm mostly in Eloy, Hidden Gems, Double T's. Who's it? B-Max. Like I'm in a lot of those guys' streams. I'm still like going through the community and trying to subscribe to a lot of these guys because a lot of them I just haven't met them yet. But Egg Auction, what's his name? Alex. Palm Beach Sports. I like his channel. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm real excited. My schedule is going to change next year where I'll be working 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. A lot of people are in the evenings while I'm at work and I can't, tune into other people. And I'm all about supporting other people. And I appreciate people who support me so much. And even if you can't buy anything, just jumping on or being in the chat, really helps things go smoother. Or, if I'm on here for an hour and 16 minutes and it's just me and you talking and no one in the chat, it gets kind of like dull. It's like, what are we doing here? So even people aren't doing anything, just going in with the chat room or, as soon as you pop into Eloy, it's like, oh, what's up, Chris? How you doing tonight? And then, someone says something about what's going on in the game on TV. Just helps keep things rolling and going smoothly. And it's just awesome to see, the support you get from people. And I can't wait to start giving that same support back to other people that I just don't have a chance to because, we all have different things going on in our lives. And that, unfortunately, mine's work. And I can't get out of that. I got, family to provide for and all that stuff. So, like he says, friendships are free. So
100%. I'm a heavy machine operator, so I start early, I get out early. I have all night to really, most of the evening do whatever the heck I want.
Well, see, I'm Gold Line Cards because I'm a 911 operator.
Yeah.
Police, fire, EMS dispatcher, and that's why they're the Gold Line, and that's why I just chose the names. I'm like, I need a cards account, some away from my personal Twitter. And so that's what I went with. And then finally, we do shift work. So I work a couple days in the morning, couple days in the evening. And next year it's going to be all morning. So I'm super fired up to be home with my family every night.
I think I followed Just Another Card Collector, actually.
Yeah, that's Josh. That's the one with the huge Harper collection we were just talking about.
He's my enemy, the Phillies, man.
Yeah.
Big rivals. It made me sick seeing the Braves win the World Series. Even though I was happy for Freeman because he seems like just such a great guy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like with the Reds. They're not going to win. If they're going to win, Joey Votto had to take home last year instead of staying at third and pissing Trevor Bauer off and then imploding versus the Braves. But it's like I'd like to see Votto win. Like, go to the American League, be a DH, go to Toronto. I know Toronto doesn't need a DH because they got Vlad, but let Vlad, play first base or something. He's from Toronto, and just let him win and get her rings. I mean, Toronto has so much young talent. There's like Chicago, but Chicago's putting it together.
And now, I think they're going after Verlander as well. I've read that somewhere. I don't think he did though.
I think he just re-signed with Houston yesterday.
Might have.
But I don't, it's getting to college basketball season, so I'm starting to pay more attention to Duke, especially now that they're good.
That's your squad.
Yeah, they play number 1 Gonzaga Friday. They're playing at Ohio State next Tuesday. I got tickets with my buddy because I live in Columbus, Ohio. And, so we got tickets to go to the Duke OSU games. It's Coach K's last year. We're like, bro, got to go. So
yeah, definitely. I'm a Gator fan, Florida Gator football and basketball.
Oh, so do you like India then?
Yeah, no, I love India. Pete Alonso was a Gator, so I was really happy when we got him. Yeah, man. That's fun.
It's that orange and blue, right? Because I should be a Mets fan because I'm a Broncos guy. Right up there, the orange and blue. I got a nice Dwight Gooden PC when I was little. Like Dwight Gooden and him and Nolan Ryan were the guys I wanted to be because I was a pitcher growing up, and I just thought Dwight Gooden was incredible. I've got just binders and binders full of Dwight Gooden.
Me too.
and it was incredible.
They're on
I've got a couple autographed 6x10s. Kelly from Kelly's Cards surprised me with one. We met down in Cincinnati. He's a big Tigers fan. He's from Detroit. Went to the Tigers Reds game. And he just like had one there for me. Like, this is the coolest thing.
That's awesome.
And Double T's in here saying he's got to get some Pokemon for his grandson. And they had that deal on Target. I don't know if they still do. They had the tins for $9.99 on sale from $19.99.
I collected Pokemon when I was, I think, a sophomore. I had every card. I had the Charizard, Blastoise, and I ended up giving my collection away to my little cousin, and I don't know what he did with it. And all these, I'm sure it's worth. I don't think it was the first edition Charizard, but it was, a Charizard, which is probably like a $60, $70 card now. Probably, I don't know.
I know I've got two nephews that are, one's about to be 13, the other one's 11. They're huge into Pokemon, like. And I just like, dude, I gotta see your collection. Like, what's in there? Because who knows? Because they have no idea what things are worth. And my brother, he's not into cards or anything.
I had German Pokemon cards because I lived in Germany when I was a kid because my father was in the Air Force. So he was stationed in Germany, and I had German Machamps, and everything was in German. Machomi, I think, is what it was called. But I have a whole bunch of German, Japanese, everything, dude. And I just gave it away to my cousin because he was big into Pokemon. It's probably under his bed somewhere.
I'm real excited to see the expansion and globalization of things, because we see how things are here in America, but I have no idea how they are other places. Like, I just ordered a Topps Japan box, never opened it before, and they got like the lotus coming up on it, or something, a jasmine flower, I think, on a card, and I'm like, this is gonna be just awesome. My cousin lives in Japan, and I was trying to get him to get me a box of Topps, and he just wasn't answering his email. And my buddy's like, hey, it's on Amazon right here. You're going to pay a little more, but you can still get it. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, got this Amazon, Topps Japan box. Last year, everybody was after those UK Topps cards, and now Formula One's really huge. I enjoy watching races on TV. I just started watching them, and I'm like, this is awesome. I know nothing about the cards, so I probably won't buy them. Same with soccer. Like, Columbus's soccer team won the MLS Cup last year. My buddy's got season tickets, and I went to a game with him. Like, I know nothing about this. It was a good time. Had a couple beers with my buddy, but my daughter likes the soccer cards because she played soccer. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are.
I heard the market's crazy for soccer too right now.
My buddy Brant, I opened a Mosaic hobby box, and I show him some cards, and like 4 months later, he's like, hey, you got XYZ card. He just got called up. That's like an $80 card. In 2 weeks, it's going to be $300. I'm like, I got a what? He's like, yeah, go look in your Mosaic box. You got this one. It's out of 50. It's purple. Like, how do you remember this stuff? And sure as shit, I look in that box, and that card's sitting right there. He's like, yeah, he's going to get called up, and, it's 3 weeks. It's going to be $300. And it was. I'm like, okay, here, have this. Like, I opened it because I wanted to have that, that moment with my kid, and I don't know what stuff's worth. Like Pokemon, I've got a ton of just stuff just sitting here. I have no idea what it's worth. I probably have thousands of dollars worth of open product just sitting here, and I have no idea what it's worth because I don't even know how to look something like that up. Because
just keep the shiny ones and throw the other crap away. That's what I used to do.
Yeah, my buddy. Not Nolan Ryan on Twitter and Instagram. He started getting me to build sets. So it's like, okay, start separating them out into color. Then after that, look at the number on the bottom. Then start binding them. So I started kind of doing that. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I don't know who's who, how to pronounce names, or what sets are. Then a couple different apps you can look up where you can like click on what card you have and start looking for which ones you need, and you can trade with people, which that's kind of cool. And then, on TikTok's now a huge thing. I started opening boxes on TikTok, and I've got like 1,500 followers, can go live. I feel like, hey, after this is done, I'm going to open that box over there. Just go live on TikTok, just talk to people. And my buddy, he just melts things. That's all he does is melts things. And he makes like $5,000 a month melting things. So he's got like, 60 million followers, and people pay him to use their music in his videos and stuff. And like, bro, what? He goes, I just got bored during the pandemic, and I found something that worked.
10-second video.
Figured out the algorithm, and all I do is literally, he's got a non-stick pan, and he melts stuff. People make comments, then he goes and finds that, and he melts it, and then he's like, what should I melt next? And it's unbelievable.
I think I watched that video, or somebody melting something.
Yeah,
and you look up and you look at it like, oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's these people, and I have no idea how they get so many followers, so many views. Or the one guy who like interrupts people, like, "Hey, did you know that Google was formed in 1998? Now you do." Like, that's all that guy does, and he's got like merchandise and stuff, and making tens of $1,000s a month because he interrupts people and tells them weird facts. So you just got to find a niche and go after it and post videos. And like, anybody can be successful doing anything. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get into the streaming. Like I do a little bit of streaming on my channel now. It's kind of like, sports trash talk, which unfortunately you met like the bad side of my community that was trolling your auction. I get a lot of jerky people that do that crap. But I've got my channel. I just got it monetized. I got over 1,000 subs, and I'm starting to do like play-by-play for like the Giants. So I'm trying to build something. I'm gonna get into breaks. Like I was talking with Double T. I think I'm gonna start buying like hobby boxes and doing breaks on here. So
yeah, Dempsey just writes, the followers are a bonus. Having fun's the main thing. Like, absolutely. And you're talking about breaks. Like, I tried doing it and I just can't do it. Like, it is
looks
not
hard,
for me.
man. Yeah.
And even the auctions, like, give it up to Eloy and Jimmy Guns. I do them like once a quarter, and it is not easy. Like that first time, like you said, like I had to quit after like a half an hour. Okay, no big deal. Stuff happens. Go at it again. And I'm selling like $25 cards for $5 because no one's in there. But you're like, hey, I already got it up there. What am I gonna do? I sold an Eloy Jimenez purple refractor rookie card PSA 9 for like $15. Like, that's like $40.
Dude, I got the Tatis off you for like $20.
Yeah, so whatever. So
I was like, what the heck? And then I was like, I wanted to get more people in there because I felt guilty that I was like robbing you. So I share out your deal to try and get people, because a lot of people from the car community follow me. So I shared it out, and then next thing you know, here come these jerks, and I'm like, oh no, what did I do?
Yeah. Hey, you're trying to help, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of people will be like, oh, this sucks. I can't believe. I'm like, whatever. Let's do it again next time. Like, no big deal. You know what? If I need to have this sale of cards right this second, then I probably shouldn't have these cards here. You know what I'm saying? Like, get your priorities in line. I try to do it to have fun, give some people some deals, let go some inventory. Yeah, make a couple bucks so I can go buy another box of something and have a good time.
Well, hey, man, if you want to get rid of any of your Mets cards, I follow you on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, I'm just looking around here. As you're talking, I'm like looking around here. I'm like, what Mets can I send you? Like, I think you got all my Alonso slabs last sale I had. So
yeah, I know. That's what I do. I'm like, just send me all your. I talked to Eloy. Don't even post them on here. I'm like, if you got Mets and Giants, put it off to the side, and I'll buy it off you.
Yeah.
Like, then I can't get maximized the value.
Yeah, that's Eloy for you. So
yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for having me on here. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And, I'll definitely catch you next stream.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you. See ya.
Take care.
All right, we have been on for an hour and a half, so we're going to go ahead and call it a night now. Thanks, everybody, for watching, who jumped on, who's in the comments, who's just in the section, whatever you're watching now, you're watching later. Ooh, my wife's going to come say hi, and she's going to join. First appearance ever. Hey, we're just trying to end it, and now you're coming on. So
that's because I strategically waited until the end.
Oh, she strategically waited till the end to come on. So, hey, you want the chair?
No, I don't want the chair. I'm not staying very long. I'm sick and looking awful, but it's okay. So I just wanted to come on and say how thankful I am for you.
Oh, she's thankful for me. All right.
Yeah, you're my best friend. You're my biggest supporter. You're wonderful dad to our kids.
Hear that? I'm wonderful.
You are, and you do so much good in this hobby, and you're so gracious and giving, and I just wanted to say how thankful I am for you.
Oh, thanks, honey. I appreciate it.
Of course. So, okay, now I'm going to bed. So,
all right, she's going to bed. I should go too. So, you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Thankful for all of you. Friendships. Stay off eBay. Well, I've already got some bids out there, so I'll have to let you know which ones. But we're gonna end it here and try to make some baked potatoes for tomorrow. Also, one thing before we go, you notice the stash. We are in the weaning days of the Movember, Mustache November, trying to raise awareness for men's health and trying to grow that mustache to try to raise money, try to raise awareness for men's health. So as always, we got that going on. Jimmy Bible shows up because yes, I do live in the future. We're gonna go ahead and end because we've been an hour and a half. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. And Jimmy Bible, I mean, it's the Hobby Fam Revival. If you don't know him, his name is Jimmy Bible. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.